So in the past, I've played around with the idea that, hey, Toneri's coming back. When is Toneri coming into the manga? Toneri this, Toneri that. A whole lot of Toneri business. And now that Boruto is dying or dead or whatever the case may be, I think it's a good time to talk about the possibilities of Toneri actually having some sort of connection to Boruto's possible revival. And I think it would be a good way to introduce Toneri into the actual manga story. I think introducing him into the manga would establish a nice connection. Now, if you don't know about Toneri's importance in the anime, pretty much Toneri was introduced into the very first couple of episodes of the anime, and he appeared in Boruto's dream, and he said that his eye was the eye of hope, right? And after that, Boruto was able to awaken the Jougan. I think there's a common misconception that Toneri gave Boruto Jougan, but based on the anime, it merely seems like he helps him awaken it, which is a very different concept in its entirety. And then after that, Boruto was able to use his Jougan to fight off New and enter that other dimension, and a whole lot of other stuff happened. And we've seen the Jougan appear in the anime in a couple of different scenarios and so on and so forth. And even though not much is known about the Jougan, the times we've seen it, it has helped Boruto quite immensely. And we've even gotten things to where like other Osusuki like Yorishiki are saying that the Jougan is a troublesome eye, and it seems like it can put some fear into some people if they know about what it is. Now, it's been kind of absent in the manga, and for the longest time we were like, when is this Jougan coming? It seems like every manga chapter we're like, is the Jougan gonna awaken? Is the Jougan gonna come here? It just seems like it's a whole lot of Jougan talk, but we're not seeing anything in the manga, But I think that they've held off the Jougan actually appearing in the manga for the longest time, because I think that they're saving the Jougan for a very important scene. And right now is the perfect time for Boruto to awaken the Jougan if they want to go that route. Now, I can definitely see a scene or a scenario to where we see Toneri appear in some sort of space where he's talking with Boruto, sort of similar to how he approached Boruto in his dream, right? I don't know how Toneri was able to do that, but we've seen Toneri enter this space, this mental space, to where he was actually able to talk with Boruto in his dream. So I wonder if Toneri's out there in the manga, if he can potentially do that same thing to where he reaches out to Boruto and sort of helps him awaken the Jougan in the manga, or helps him to revive himself. And this theory only works if Boruto does not have a certified way to bring himself back, and he had Kawaki kill him with the intent of Boruto being dead forever. I can definitely see Toneri reaching to him before his death and helping Boruto to awaken some lingering power that lies deep within him. Now, I'm not sure if I'm 100% on board with the Jougan being used to revive Boruto, but I think that there's some situations to where we can use the Jougan and Toneri in combination to sort of heal Boruto in a sense and get that gaping hole in his chest closed up. And I think that awakening the Jougan right here before the time skip is perfect, because one MC just got a power up, one MC just awakened their dojutsu. Wouldn't it make sense if Boruto was finally able to tap into this new power and was able to awaken his dojutsu as well? I think that would be very perfect, and it kind of goes with the whole shonen thing or the whole Naruto thing, to where one person powers up, the other person powers up. We've seen this in Naruto, right? Naruto gets a power up, Sasuke gets a power up, and they kind of just keep flip-flopping and all that throughout the story. And that's kind of what's been happening with Boruto and Kawaki, correct? Kawaki's getting a power up, Boruto's getting a power up, and so on and so forth. So now that Kawaki has awakened his Osusuki dojutsu, now I can see Boruto now in the situation be contacted by Toneri and being able to awaken his Jougan. And I think what awakening the Jougan means is we're going to finally see a little bit more of what the true power of the Jougan is and just how frightening it could be. And let's think about it for a second. If the Jougan Eye, we're going based off assumptions here. If the Jougan Eye possibly seems connected to the Osusuki God, if you guys remember, there was no Osusuki God in the manga, to where it seemed like he had 1,000 Jougans surrounding him, right? And there's a conversation to where, are those Jougans or those Byakugans? But we don't exactly know unless the manga specifically says it. Based on that image, looking at all those eyes, and let's just say that they're Jougans, right? I can see that if this eye is possibly connected to the Osusuki God, then I can see that if he somehow awakens this eye in a time like this, it could possibly be able to heal his wounds. Would that be something crazy to say, right? An eye that belongs to a god going to Boruto, helping him heal his wounds. Maybe it does something like amplify Momoshiki's healing abilities that already exist within Boruto and helps to close up that gaping hole in his chest. I am very on board with this idea because it makes sense that if they can sort of connect the two, the Otsutsuki god and Boruto, and sort of use it as a way to get to revive Boruto, then I don't think it's a bad idea. And you know, as far as Toneri being introduced into the manga, there's the question of, hey, in the anime, he's kind of locked up in this quote unquote prison, right? And I think as far as when the anime finally gets to this scene, and if they decide to introduce Toneri right here into the manga, I see something to where Toneri somehow manages to escape the prison that he's in and manages to get to Boruto, considering that Toneri recognizes him as the Eye of Hope, and I can see Toneri mentally being able to contact him in the same way that he would do it in the manga, and being able to make sure that he doesn't die. But you know, with this whole idea, I think that we have to see this Jougan before the time skip, and I think big surprises like this right before you head into the next major arc would be a great way to send this off, because as of right now, I'd really love to see what Boruto and Kawaki's sort of final forms before the time skip are. I think it would be a good comparison to see how that compares to what they look like post time skip, and how they sort of learn how to master their new abilities and whatnot and so forth. And you know, based on what we've seen of the Jougan so far in the anime, it's been pretty mild abilities, but I can definitely see more abilities being introduced into the manga, especially because of the arc that we're in right now with the Code arc and Code trying to kill everybody. I can see more abilities being introduced, and I think that would be very interesting if we end up getting that Jougan revealed. And you know, Toneri would hold a lot of secrets for the Otsutsuki and would be a very valuable asset, and potentially even helping Boruto learn how to use his Jougan, and potentially teaching Boruto more about the Otsutsuki, more about the Otsutsuki lore, and you know, things of that nature. We've only been getting Otsutsuki lore from Amato, so it would be great to get that kind of information from another source. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about, you know, Toneri possibly having a connection to Boruto's possible revival and the Jougan being introduced with Toneri involved. And do you think that the Jougan could have any sort of significance in Boruto's revival, or do you not like the idea at all and you have another possible solution that Boruto can do? Anyways, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord, and I will see you guys later. Peace. So,